Oh, buckle up, because this one is going to make your jaw hit the floor. Kim Kardashian, yes, the queen of social media, Met Gala moments, and legally questionable business deals, just accidentally let something slip that has the internet losing it. Are you ready for this? Apparently, Kim isn't just raising Northwest. She's plotting to turn her 12-year-old daughter into a full-blown money-making empire. Like, wait, what? Did we hear that right? Northwest, the girl who just learned how to tie her own shoes and pick her favorite TikTok filters, is now allegedly in this video of Kim's financial portfolio. Is this genius parenting, or is it straight-up exploitation with the side of billionaire branding? And here's the kicker: this wasn't hidden behind the glitzy Instagram posts or the carefully curated TikTok dances. No. Kim accidentally revealed it in a slip of the tongue that could rewrite the Kardashian playbook forever. Suddenly, every glamorous birthday, every couture outfit, every viral TikTok, it's all got a price tag attached. Is North becoming a brand before she even hits middle school? Are we witnessing the birth of mini Kardashian Inc.? Or is this just another day in the wild, chaotic, no-rules world of Kim Kardashian? Strap in, because what you're about to hear might just make you rethink everything you thought you knew about celebrity childhoods. You think you've seen every level of Kardashian chaos? Think again, because what just came out of Kim Kardashian's own mouth is the kind of revelation that makes your brain short-circuit. Sources, well, let's call them very close to the chaos, say that Kim accidentally let slip that she's planning to monetize her daughter, Northwest, and no, I'm not exaggerating. This isn't some clickbait speculation cooked up by bored Twitter users. This is allegedly Kim herself, in the middle of an interview, casually hinting that every outfit, every TikTok, every public appearance of North is now a potential revenue stream. You hear that? Northwest 12 years old may very well be the youngest brand asset in history. The idea alone has people gasping, tweeting, and calling for ethics professors faster than you can say private island party. Now, let's rewind a bit, because context matters. The Kardashians aren't exactly new to turning family into currency. From the earliest days of their reality TV empire to the multi-million-dollar deals with beauty lines, shapewear, and fragrance, the formula has always been the same: take a name, sprinkle in drama, monetize every emotion, and sell it back to the public. But now, the stakes are higher than ever. This isn't Kim monetizing her own fame, this is Kim monetizing a child. And social media is losing it. People are comparing this to every controversial moment in Kardashian history: the selfie culture, the Paris robbery incident that somehow became content, and yes, even North's Met Gala appearances where people couldn't stop debating if a 12-year-old should even be walking down the red carpet. But this is different. This feels like a line has been crossed, a line between empowerment and exploitation that nobody wants to admit exists. Multiple anonymous sources, who insist on staying unnamed because you never know who's listening in the Kardashian orbit, claim that Kim has been quietly planning this for months. Think private stylist meetings, not just for North's looks, but for marketable image strategy. They reportedly discussed brand tie-ins, merchandise ideas, and content strategies centered entirely around her daughter. Imagine sitting in a room where the conversation is, North likes blue hair this week, how can we sell that? And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the alleged new business model. You know how most parents stress over their kids' grades or emotional well-being? Well, Kim is allegedly stressing over the potential ROI of her 12-year-old's eyeliner and outfit combos. And the internet is horrified, but also, let's be honest, we can't look away, and here's where it gets juicier. Social media isn't just shocked, it's furious. Twitter exploded within minutes of clips from this interview going viral. Hashtags like hashtag Mini Kardashian Inc., hashtag North the brand, and hashtag ethics please were trending in multiple countries. People are asking, how much is too much? When does self-expression turn into corporate branding? And the biggest question of all, does a 12-year-old even understand the weight of the decisions being made on her behalf? Comment sections are filled with outrage speculation. Some say North will end up with sponsorship deals for every school event. Others fear she'll have her own product lines before she even hits middle school. And it's not just the usual trolls. Even longtime fans of the family are scratching their heads, posting heartfelt messages like, "North deserves to be a kid, not a walking billboard," and "Why is childhood suddenly monetized?" Now, let's talk about the birthday factor, because if you thought North's last birthday was just a party, think again. Reports suggest Kim's Los Cabos celebration wasn't just for fun. It allegedly doubled as a testing ground for brand concepts. Private yachts, swan floats, water slides, and ultra-luxe setups were allegedly being considered as potential commercial tie-ins. "We could do a Northwest birthday experience package," one unnamed source reportedly joked. And the real kicker? These weren't idle jokes. They were allegedly discussed with people in the Kardashian business circle, those who actually turned these ideas into Instagrammable, money-generating content. People are stunned. 12-year-olds don't usually get treated as brand assets before they can even sign their own birthday thank you cards. But somehow, in the Kardashian universe, that line appears blurry, if not completely erased. Meanwhile, the public has had a field day dissecting every detail. North's style, her confidence, and her apparent love of makeup and fashion are suddenly scrutinized for profit potential. Fans are pointing out that North has always been creative, playful, and expressive, and that this isn't necessarily exploitation. But critics are ruthless. They're asking if Kim is exploiting a child for attention, content, and ultimately cash. And the debate has split social media clean down the middle. On one side, you have defenders saying, "This is just a creative child in a creative household. Calm down." On the other, the outrage is palpable. This is branding a child before she even knows what branding means. Ethics gone, and the truth is, nobody really knows the real answer yet. Because Kim hasn't officially confirmed or denied anything. Adding fuel to the fire are the leaked comments from insiders who supposedly witnessed some of the planning discussions. They claim phrases like North's image is marketable and she could literally be the next big influencer brand were casually thrown around. People are comparing these alleged discussions to historic instances of child stars being overmanaged, from Shirley Temple to the Olsen twins. But with a Kardashian twist, everything is amplified, monetized, and broadcasted to millions. The allegations paint a picture of a child not just growing up in the spotlight, but being actively groomed as a revenue-generating figure before adolescence even begins. And the irony, this all comes from Kim, a woman who has repeatedly positioned herself as an advocate for personal branding, empowerment, and now even children's rights in media discussions. It's hard to reconcile the messaging. On one hand, she's all about creative freedom and self-expression. On the other, whispers of strategic monetization creep into the conversation, and suddenly every dance move or TikTok filter North enjoys has a dollar sign attached in the public imagination. The ethical questions practically write themselves, and the online commentary isn't holding back. People are dissecting every detail of North's wardrobe, her birthday activities, and even how she interacts online. Every outfit becomes a potential product placement. Every TikTok trend becomes a potential merchandising opportunity. And at 12, she's allegedly right in the middle of it. Of course, not everyone is outraged. Some commentators are treating this as the natural progression of growing up Kardashian. After all, the family has always blurred the line between life and business. Reality TV, branded content, and influencer culture are baked into their DNA. Defenders argue that North's involvement is voluntary, playful, and even educational, teaching her the mechanics of social media, marketing, and brand management at a young age. But critics counter that even if North enjoys it, does consent at 12 even mean anything when a parent profits from it? The internet is polarized, and trust me, it's messy. Threads explode with arguments ranging from North is just expressing herself to this is grooming disguised as play. And then there's the Kanye factor. Of course, he's chiming in. The former co-parent has reportedly expressed concern over Kim's alleged plans. claiming that monetizing North crosses boundaries, puts mental health at risk, and forces a level of visibility that is inappropriate for a 12-year-old. Connie's comments only add gasoline to the fire because the world knows the history of their very public disagreements. This isn't a subtle debate happening behind closed doors. This is Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, Instagram everywhere. Analysts, social media commentators, and fans alike are weighing in. And the more you look at it, the more it feels like a perfect storm, a high-profile family, a young child, enormous wealth, and the pressure of public expectation by the end of it. What started as an oops, did she just say that? Moment has escalated into a full-blown investigation, at least in the court of public opinion. At least in the court of public opinion. Every comment, every clip, every GIF is being scrutinized. And while Kim hasn't made any formal announcements, the whispers are enough to spark massive speculation. What's really happening behind the scenes? Are contracts being drafted for Northwest? Are stylists, agents, and family advisors already discussing how to turn her social media presence into a revenue-generating machine? The speculation alone is sending shockwaves across celebrity gossip platforms, influencer circles, and even parenting forums, because this isn't just about fashion or fun. This is potentially the creation of a new type of child celebrity economy. And let's not forget the birthday itself. While the luxury, the yachts, the swan floats, and the water slides were headline-grabbing, insiders suggest the party may have been a testing ground for North-branded experiences. Every decor choice, every themed activity, allegedly discussed as what would appeal to fans and sponsors. Even the tiny details like matching outfits and themed gifts are allegedly being considered as merchandising opportunities. Imagine a 12-year-old attending a birthday that doubles as a mini business incubator. This is the type of story that makes people stop scrolling, rub their eyes, and ask, is this really happening? And apparently, according to multiple sources, it is by the time the party photos hit Instagram, the public was already in meltdown mode. Critics pointed out North's outfits, accessories, and styling. Claiming every choice screamed marketable brand, fans defended her creativity, saying she's a confident, expressive child thriving in a supportive environment. But the debate isn't just about perception, it's about ethics, legality, and the psychological implications of raising a child under constant scrutiny while potentially turning her into a revenue-generating asset. The questions are piling up faster than the balloons and swan floats. Is this empowerment or exploitation? Is this branding or brainwashing? Is this the future of celebrity childhoods? And the answer? Well, that's where the controversy continues to spiral, and here's this video that truly sends chills. According to whispered insider details, the planning for North's image isn't limited to social media. Allegedly, discussions are underway about potential product collaborations, branded content, appearances at major events, and maybe even a Northwest-themed digital platform. The family's empire has always thrived on visibility, but now visibility might come with a price tag attached to a preteen. And while fans debate, children's rights advocates are raising alarms, and social media users are trading screenshots and clips like they're evidence in a blockbuster trial. The stakes, whether Kim admits it or not, are higher than ever. So, as the dust settles from the accidental revelation, one thing is clear: the conversation isn't going away. Northwest, 12 years old, is at the center of what could be one of the most controversial celebrity parenting discussions in recent history. And the more we dig, the more complicated it gets. There are no easy answers. There's just the stark reality that one slip of the tongue has sent shockwaves across social media, traditional media, and even the world of celebrity brand management. The line between childhood, fame, and money has never looked so blurred, and just when you thought the internet couldn't possibly go any further off the rails, Part 2 of this Kardashian whirlwind drops like a lightning bolt. The reactions, the screenshots, the leaks, they're piling up faster than a Kardashian birthday cake with extra frosting. Anonymous insiders, who claim they've been in the inner circle of family brand strategists, are now spilling details that make this story sound more like a corporate espionage thriller than a birthday. Slip up, According to them, the planning behind North West's image isn't casual, it's allegedly methodical, monetized, and meticulously strategized. Every hairstyle, every accessory, even the color of her lipstick is allegedly chosen with one goal in mind: maximize visibility. And, of course, the dollar signs. Sources say Kim has been keeping notebooks, yes. Actual notebooks filled with potential Northwest revenue streams, think collaboration ideas, potential sponsorships, merchandise tie-ins, and brand extensions. Some insiders even claimed there were mock-ups of toys, apparel, and online content branded explicitly with North's name. One unnamed stylist reportedly said, "It's like she's managing a preteen celebrity startup. Every outfit, every video, it's a product." And the wild this video? Kim allegedly laughed about it in casual conversation, as if monetizing your 12-year-old's creative choices is just this video of the job description. Naturally, when this leaked to social media, the backlash was instant. Fans and critics alike went ballistic. Twitter became a battlefield with people arguing over what counts as child exploitation, what counts as empowerment, and whether a 12-year-old can even consent to this kind of public exposure. Hashtags like hashtag North the brand, hashtag Kim K M Oni moves, and hashtag Mini Kardashian were trending internationally. People weren't holding back. She's 12. Why is she being treated like a franchise? And North deserves a childhood, not a business plan. The comments section on Instagram? Pure chaos. Screenshots circulated showing celebrity watchers, parenting experts, and everyday users weighing in, dissecting every single frame from North's birthday clips, claiming to see evidence of a branding blueprint hidden in plain sight. And let's talk about the alleged financial strategy behind all this because, of course, it exists. Sources claim Kim has been exploring multiple revenue channels tied directly to North's public presence. Limited edition birthday merchandise, exclusive TikTok collaborations, paid appearances at kid-friendly luxury events. Even the possibility of North-themed digital experiences like mini virtual reality parties or app content has been floated. Imagine a 12-year-old's party doubling as a multi-platform business experiment. If true, this is corporate-level monetization applied to a literal child. And while some might call it genius, others are calling it morally bankrupt, sparking fierce debates across social media platforms and parenting forums. Meanwhile, the public isn't just talking, they're creating evidence dossiers. Social media users are piecing together Kim and North's public content over the years, creating timelines and charts to show how North's looks, outfits, and social media appearances allegedly correlate with brand partnerships and business decisions. Some posts suggest a pattern, claiming, every time North does something cute online, a product line follows within weeks. Whether that's true or not, the perception alone has intensified the controversy. And because the internet thrives on outrage, every new TikTok, Instagram post, or birthday photo sparks renewed debate. Even celebrity observers are weighing in. Imagine having reporters, influencers, and fashion critics all analyzing your 12-year-old's eyeliner choice as if it were a corporate strategy meeting. One insider claimed a stylist at the Los Cabos birthday said, "It's all calculated. Even her blue hair isn't just for fun, it's eye-catching for engagement metrics." People immediately seized on this. "Her hair color is a KPI?" One viral tweet joked. Another comment read, "Northwest isn't a child anymore. She's a walking analytics dashboard." The sarcasm is real. But so is the underlying concern. What's being marketed? Who profits? And most importantly, at what cost to the child? The situation escalated further when alleged internal messages leaked, supposedly from Kim's team discussing North's content potential. Phrases like, "North's audience is extremely engaged," "We need to increase her reach," and "merchandising opportunities are ripe," allegedly circulated internally. People are stunned because it paints a picture of a child not just being seen or loved, but strategically analyzed for profitability. Critics are calling it preteen corporate grooming, while defenders insist this is creative development in a supportive environment. The debate is loud, messy, and explosive, of course. No Kardashian controversy is complete without the celebrity co-parent drummer. Kanye West, North's father, reportedly reacted strongly to these revelations. Anonymous sources claim he called the alleged monetization plan unethical and a full-scale branding experiment on a child, expressing deep concern about North's mental health and autonomy. His public statements have only added fuel to the fire, sparking intense discussions about parental rights, celebrity influence, and the consequences of fame at an early age. The internet is split. Some defend Kanye's position. Others accuse him of using North as leverage in ongoing co-parenting conflicts, but nobody is ignoring the larger ethical question: should a 12-year-old be treated like a brand? And then there's the social media storm. TikTok compilations of North's outfits, birthday celebrations, and public appearances went viral overnight, with millions of views. Users edited them into Northwest, the brand timeline, complete with commentary about outfit choices, hairstyles, and viral trends. Twitter threads dissected every image for potential sponsorship deals, while Instagram Reels analyzed engagement metrics on posts featuring North. The collective frenzy shows how quickly public perception can turn a birthday slip-up into an international ethical debate, some fans argue. Of course, that North is voluntarily creative and enjoying herself, which is important to note. They claim her bold fashion choices, TikTok dances, and social media presence are forms of self-expression nurtured in a supportive environment. Kim herself has publicly stated that North is brutally opinionated about her own style, often rejecting her mother's minimalist aesthetic in favor of colorful, expressive looks. In this light, what looks like monetization may just be a child exploring her personality. But critics argue that exposure at this scale, coupled with public fascination and financial incentives, makes it impossible to separate genuine self-expression from potential exploitation. Then comes the public comparisons, which the internet loves. Users quickly contrasted North with her cousin Penelope, who attended the same birthday party. Penelope's style was playful, age-appropriate, and less polished, immediately creating a perception gap. North's highly curated outfits, detailed accessories, and bold makeup allegedly suggested preparation for public visibility. Social media users latched onto this difference, arguing that while Penelope could enjoy a childhood moment, North's celebration felt like a brand activation disguised as a party. The debate intensified. Is this merely self-expression or a calculated positioning for monetization? And let's not forget the luxury factor. The Los Cabos birthday party wasn't just a party, it was allegedly a full-scale brand showcase. Private yachts, swan floats, outdoor movie setups, and curated experiences were reportedly discussed as potential content opportunities. Each activity, from volleyball tournaments to water slides, was allegedly staged with aesthetics and social media potential in mind. Critics are calling it an immersive marketing experience for a 12-year-old, while some fans shrug and say, it's a Kardashian party, what do you expect? The disparity in perception is exactly what makes this story explode across the internet. Meanwhile, the leaked comments from stylists and advisors hint at an even more elaborate plan: Northwest-themed digital content, product tie-ins, and event activations that could theoretically begin rolling out before she even enters her teenage years. People are alarmed. 12-year-old influencers already exist, sure, but monetizing a child so directly, so deliberately is something entirely different. And because the Kardashians operate under constant public scrutiny, every slip, every comment, every post becomes evidence in the court of public opinion. Social media is relentless, and the court is always in session. As the scandal spreads, journalists, bloggers, and celebrity gossip channels are digging for details. Some outlets report that Kim allegedly justified the plans as teaching North the value of money, business, and creativity. Critics counter that lesson planning doesn't need public monetization at 12 years old, especially when millions of strangers are watching and judging. The ethical debate rages on, and the questions are only getting louder. Is this empowerment or exploitation? Is this business education or branding abuse? And how will this affect North's mental health and sense of self in the long term? Even beyond social media, parenting forums and ethics experts have weighed in. Some argue that high visibility in childhood can have lasting psychological impacts, especially when tied to commercial value. Others insist that the Kardashian model is simply a reflection of modern celebrity culture, and that North may be gaining invaluable experience in business, branding, and media literacy. The discussion is intense, complicated, and completely polarizing, and yet, despite all the outrage, Kim hasn't issued a public clarification. There's been no official statement denying the alleged monetization strategy, which only fuels speculation. Every new photo, video, or TikTok of North now gets dissected for branding signals. It's like the world collectively decided to apply a magnifying glass to a 12-year-old's wardrobe choices, turning childhood into a case study on public perception, corporate strategy, and parental responsibility. And now, as the saga enters this video, the storm surrounding North West and Kim Kardashian is showing no signs of slowing down. In fact, the intensity has only escalated, with every new revelation adding fuel to a wildfire that's already impossible to contain. The alleged monetization strategies, leaked insider notes, and viral debates are creating a cultural maelstrom that has experts, fans, and critics all scrambling to weigh in. People are asking the same question over and over: how far is too far when it comes to turning a 12-year-old into a brand, a public figure, and potentially a revenue-generating asset? According to more anonymous insiders, the plan reportedly goes even deeper than anyone imagined. Beyond birthday parties and TikTok content, Kim allegedly has been exploring long-term strategies for North West's brand expansion. Think exclusive fashion lines, influencer partnerships, and even early-stage digital content contracts aimed at building her image before she hits her teens. One unnamed source said, "They're treating North like a startup CEO, but she's 12. Every look, every post, every appearance is meticulously logged, analyzed, and optimized." And when these claims hit social media, it was like dropping a grenade in a room full of fireworks. Public outrage exploded. Parents, social commentators, and celebrity watchers flooded Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram with accusations of overexposure and exploitation. "She's a child, not a marketing asset," one viral tweet read. Another viral thread dissected past appearances, birthday outfits, and social media posts, claiming a deliberate pattern of public visibility paired with potential commercial opportunities. Memes began circulating almost immediately, comparing North to a miniature corporate boardroom CEO rather than a 12-year-old girl. Some users even mockingly dubbed her Northink. The commentary wasn't just sarcastic, it was brutal. Meanwhile, celebrity co-parent drama continued to intensify the discussion. Kanye West, already vocal about his concerns, reportedly took a hard stance, claiming that Kim's alleged monetization efforts were undermining his ability to protect North's childhood. Sources say that private conversations between Kim and Kanye became tense, with Kanye insisting that certain content and appearances be paused until North is older. The alleged tension has only fed the narrative of a family caught in a whirlwind of fame, money, and public scrutiny, and social media is eating it up. Every post, every story, every leaked screenshot is amplified, dissected, and broadcast as evidence of a larger ethical dilemma. At the same time, fans defending Kim and North argue that this is all standard in a family that thrives in fashion, media, and public exposure. To them, North is not being monetized in a nefarious way. She's being given tools to express herself creatively and explore opportunities in a world she was born into. Kim has previously claimed that North is brutally honest about her fashion choices and that she has always encouraged her daughter to develop her own style. The debate continues: is this empowerment or overexposure? And in a culture obsessed with celebrity, where exactly is the line? And just when the conversation couldn't get any messier, hypothetical financial and legal consequences start to appear in the discourse. Commentators began speculating on possible government scrutiny, questioning whether monetizing a child's likeness or social media influence could trigger regulatory attention. Could there be investigations into labor laws for underage digital content creators? Some legal analysts chimed in with hypotheticals. If a 12-year-old's image is generating revenue under a structured plan, could that qualify as exploitation? Could there be IRS implications for brand income attributed to a minor? The questions are overwhelming, the theories wild, and the public speculation relentless. Social media platforms themselves became battlegrounds. Every TikTok, Instagram story, and YouTube post from North is now examined through a lens of monetization and ethical parenting. Fans create detailed charts tracking engagement, outfit releases, and potential tie-ins with commercial brands. Analysts even started comparing North's content strategy to well-known influencer campaigns, arguing that the sophistication is beyond her years. Of course, defenders push back, saying these kids are just adapting to their environment, and that exposure does not inherently equal exploitation. But the argument persists, growing louder by the hour. The Los Cabos birthday party, once intended to be a joyful celebration, has now been retroactively labeled by critics as a brand activation disguised as a birthday. Every lavish detail from the swan floats to the outdoor movie theater has been interpreted as content read. Why? Revenue optimized and meticulously photographed for social media. Even North's cousin Penelope, who attended the same celebration, became a reference point in discussions about age-appropriate childhood celebrations. The contrast between Penelope's casual, playful outfit and North's more curated, fashion-forward appearance became a flashpoint in the debate, highlighting how different interpretations of childhood exposure can fuel online controversies. And then, there's the psychological angle. Experts have weighed in on the potential impact of hyper-publicized childhoods. Some warn that constant scrutiny, high expectations, and public commentary could affect a child's mental health, sense of self, and development. Critics argue that children exposed to this level of attention, especially when monetization is involved, face pressures that most adults would struggle to manage. Supporters, however, insist that these children are resilient, that they are guided by supportive parents, and that learning to navigate public attention is an invaluable skill in the modern era. The debate is ongoing, intense, and impossible to ignore. Meanwhile, the internet continues to produce a never-ending stream of reactions. Memes, tweets, opinion pieces, and reaction videos multiply, each dissecting North's every outfit, hairstyle, and public appearance. Comment sections are full of heated arguments, sarcastic jokes, and outrageous theories. One viral post claimed North West was already negotiating her first corporate partnership while eating birthday cake, a tongue-in-cheek exaggeration that perfectly captures the online frenzy. The internet thrives on drama, and the Kardashian brand feeds it better than anyone. Even more wild? There are hypothetical collaborations now floating in public conversations. Fans speculate on what North West merchandise could look like: dolls, clothing lines, accessories, and even branded digital content. While purely speculative, these discussions reinforce the perception that North's image is more than just her own. It's potentially a commercial asset, intentionally or not. The public's imagination has effectively transformed a birthday party into a full-blown business plan. Whether or not that was Kim's actual intention. As this video of this saga unfolds, the stakes are higher than ever. Public perception, co-parenting conflict, social media analysis, and potential commercial ventures have combined into a volatile mix. North West's 12-year-old birthday celebration has become a cultural touchpoint, sparking debates about childhood, parenting, ethics, and fame in the digital age. Everyone is watching. Everyone has an opinion, and every move is scrutinized. And now, the ultimate question looms larger than ever: is Kim Kardashian intentionally leveraging her daughter for profit? Or is this just a family navigating the reality of fame, influence, and creative expression in a world obsessed with celebrity? Are we witnessing a marketing strategy disguised as parenting, or a child confidently exploring her identity under the guidance of supportive parents? The answers are complicated, and the debate shows no sign of ending anytime soon. So, what do you think? Is Kim Kardashian masterminding the next big business empire through her 12-year-old daughter, or is this just a creative kid exploring her own style under the spotlight? Are we witnessing empowerment, or are we staring straight at exploitation disguised as glamour? The questions aren't just provocative, they're impossible to ignore. The internet has already exploded. Social media is filled with heated debates, memes, and screenshots dissecting every hairstyle, every outfit, every TikTok. Everyone has an opinion, and no one is holding back. But here's the real kicker: North West isn't just a child anymore. She's now a symbol of a broader conversation about fame, parenting, and how childhood is being transformed in front of millions of eyes. And let's be real, once the Kardashians are involved, it's never just a birthday party, it's a cultural flashpoint. So, drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are we being too harsh? Or is this genuinely problematic? Do you see a young girl being empowered? Or a brand in the making? Hit that like button if this story blew your mind. Share it with friends who need to see this chaos. And don't forget to subscribe to No Filter for the wildest, juiciest, and most scandalous stories delivered straight to your feed. Because trust me, this saga is far from over.